list, we're going to be relocating the vacuum pump for the sway bar disconnect and using this bracket to orient it in its new place. Okay, we're here in the middle of this relocation of this pump, and this is the bracket that is supposed to go onto the frame to relocate that bracket. Here's the problem. Okay, this is one of the factory holes for this pump. The bracket is supposed to sit right in here like so, and it's supposed to be indexed just like that. The problem is that hole right there is about 1/8 of an inch off. So not only do I have to re-drill a hole in that bracket on the Jeep, but I've got to chisel the nut off of the back of this right here so that I can get a nut to go through there. And I'm also one of the lucky ones that has to drill a corresponding hole to that hole over here. Lucky me. Okay, got this pump relocated, but only after a little bit of work. The inboard hole of the pump right there was not drilled in the right spot, so I had to re-drill that. The instructions said I may have to drill a hole on the other side of the frame for that bolt over there, and I did, so I can't complain about that too much. But I had to finagle it around a little bit because it is awfully close to that transmission line back there. It's a little bit frustrating when you buy one of these products and they're supposed to be bolt on. I understand having to drill a hole here or there, maybe cut something off or grind something here or there. That's not a big deal, but when the quality of it is bad enough where they don't even drill the holes in the right spot, that's a problem. Okay, so the longer I looked at that bracket, the less thrilled I was with it, so I made some changes. First thing I ended up doing was I actually made a little bit of a bend in that bracket and added a spacer behind it. This actually turns the bracket a little bit more counterclockwise, and by doing so, it moves it adequately away from that cooler line. Additionally, I drilled a new hole for that bolt. You can see the hole in the back, the original one. I drilled a new one. By doing so, that rotated the pump counterclockwise and additionally pulled it away from that cooler line. Now I'm happy with it. Let's move forward. Okay, after many a swear word, it's finally mounted. Let's get the winch in there. Alright, finally mounted. I tell you what, if you like swearing and cussing and having all your neighbors hear you swear and cuss, this is the winch mount for you. After messing with it for several minutes, I don't even know how long it was, I finally got this clear of the winch, but as you can tell, it's only by a 1/16 of an inch of clearance there between the pump and the back of the winch. So that looks pretty good. The bracket's fine. The pump actually clears that cooler line in the back just fine as well. Everything else looks like it clears pretty good. But next, we put the front bumper back on. Oh, Jesus. This thing's gonna fight me the whole way. Unbelievable. I gotta tell you folks, I have never, with the exception of one other time, had this much issue with a product, and it was with the same company. Okay everybody, it's time to cut this off because I gotta get cleaned up. We're going to a show tonight with some friends. And let me show you where I got so far. Now, this thing has fought me the entire way, but I got the roller fairlead mounted onto my bumper, had to cut the center hole bigger, had to drill all the holes out. I got the winch mounted on top of the winch mount, and of course, you saw that fighting that bracket. Sorry, there's the lights a little better. Fighting that bracket, fighting the alignment, fighting holes that aren't the right size. God, this is a pain. Anyways, I'm gonna get cleaned up. I gotta go to see a show. You're only gonna see me here after just like 10 seconds. Hey, welcome back everybody. I told you it wasn't going to take very long, at least for you anyway. Had a fantastic time last night. A couple friends and I went to go see the Five Finger Death Punch show here in Phoenix, and it was awesome. We had a great time. Breaking Benjamin was also there. If you follow that kind of music, you could probably tell. I'm sure we had a blast last night. It was so awesome, and it has been a while since I'd been to a show. So now we got to get back to this beast, get it done, get it installed in the Jeep. Let's get to it. Hey, there you have it, folks. We've got the Superwinch already installed and it's working, and I'm super excited about it because it's just one step forward into getting Chewy exactly where I want it. So as you can see, everything that led up to that was a struggle. Just the fit quality and everything else was just kind of a pain in the neck. But in the long run, I got it to work. So I'm very, very thrilled about that. Now, I certainly didn't mean this video to turn into a review or product review really necessarily, and certainly not to bash the manufacturer of this winch mount. However, when somebody who is buying something like this as a bolt-on application and something that they think they can get mounted in their Jeep relatively easily, it becomes a big deal though when that person has to do all kinds of other modification and grinding and drilling new holes and everything else. So certainly something to consider if you're thinking about this product. Would I buy something from this manufacturer again? Sadly, probably not. This is the second time I've had issues with this manufacturer. I know they're made in America, and that's something to be said. I always like to try to buy from companies that make American products, but again, this is just a testament to build quality and bolt-on accessibility for the average person who wants to just install this in their weekend. Am I happy to have this mounted? Oh, without question. And I'm hoping that you found it entertaining, and I hope you find it inspirational for your own projects. If you're finding me for the first time, please consider a like, a share, a comment. I read every comment, maybe even a subscription. And if you'd like to support this channel by means other than a subscription, I've included 3 ways down below in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.